Who knows?
Simon took out his knife and sliced open his combat boot, then tore off his sock, exposing his foot. Due to poor circulation, his foot had swollen and begun to rot. He hadn't moved it for 48 hours, not since he stepped on that landmine. Even if the mine didn't go off, he was still facing death from dehydration if no one came to help. Just then, a sandstorm swept across the desert. Simon quickly wrapped his scarf around his mouth and nose, and used his rifle to anchor himself to the ground, nearly getting swept away by the violent wind. Luckily, the storm didn't last long. Simon managed to hold on and survive it. As night fell, a lone wolf crept closer. Simon immediately pulled out his submachine gun and opened fire, but the wolves didn't retreat. More of them started to appear, circling. His bullets were running out. Then, out of nowhere, one of the wolves stepped on a landmine. The explosion sent the pack scattering into the night. By dawn, Simon was utterly exhausted, barely holding on. But if he could just stay alive until rescue arrived, he had a chance. He kept himself conscious by looking at a photo of his wife, clinging to that sliver of hope. Suddenly, his radio crackled to life. The rescue team had entered the desert, but the vast, mine-ridden terrain made it impossible for them to pinpoint his exact location. The commander gave Simon a hard truth. If he couldn't clearly signal where he was, they'd be forced to retreat. That's when Simon spotted a flare gun on the ground, just 3 meters away. To survive, he had no choice but to risk it. He had to move. To his surprise, the mine didn't detonate. Simon collapsed, overwhelmed, but then slowly pulled himself back up, carefully brushing away the sand around the object. He noticed something strange. It didn't look like a landmine at all. Simon picked it up and cautiously unscrewed the lid. To his shock, inside was just a toy.